Today, we bring you an in-depth look at the travel warnings issued by the United States Department of State, U.S. State Department, regarding travel to Uganda and East Africa, and a broader overview of African nations that U.S. officials advise tourists to avoid or consider very carefully. Our focus will be on what these advisories say, why they were issued, what this means for travelers, particularly tourists, and how to interpret the warnings responsibly. Understanding U.S. travel advisory levels. Let's start by unpacking what the travel advisory system is and how to interpret it. The U.S. State Department uses a 4-level system. Level 1. Exercise normal precautions. This is the lowest risk category. Level 2. Exercise increased caution. Some heightened risks exist: crime, health issues, unrest. Level 3. Reconsider travel. Significant risks to safety and security. Travelers should carefully evaluate whether to go. Level 4. Do not travel. The highest warning level. Travelers are strongly advised not to go, and U.S. assistance may be extremely limited. It is crucial to note that these advisories are for U.S. citizens, but they offer a useful indicator of safety conditions more broadly. For East Africa, what the advisories say. Let's examine how the advisories apply to East African nations, and what specific risks are identified for tourists. Kenya. Kenya's advisory is Level 2, exercise increased caution. But within Kenya, the advisory explicitly states, do not travel to Kenya-Somalia border counties, Garissa, Wajir, Mandera, Tana River County, coastal areas north of Malindi due to terrorism and kidnapping, West Pokot, and western Turkana County due to banditry, parts of Marsabit and Turkana counties within 30 miles of the Ethiopian border due to cross-border incursions. Warnings also include violent crime, armed carjacking, mugging, kidnapping, limited emergency medical fire services, and tourism-specific suggestions. Avoid travel after dark. Be extra cautious in Nairobi neighborhoods such as Eastleigh and Kibera. Implications for tourists. Many tourist-friendly areas, e.g. safaris in central Kenya, may still be visited, but travelers need to research carefully, avoid high-risk zones, travel with reputable operators, and have contingency evacuation plans. Ensure travel insurance covers medical evacuation and kidnapping, hostage risk if applicable. Maintain high situational awareness, especially during large gatherings or in less well-lit less policed areas. Uganda. Uganda's travel advisory is currently set at Level 3, Reconsider travel. The advisory cites the following major reasons: crime, terrorism, laws targeting persons on the basis of sexual orientation, the unpredictable nature of public demonstrations, and areas of increased risk along borders, especially with the DRC. Specific risk areas include larger cities, Kampala, Entebbe, Jinja, the Karamoja region, Uganda's western and northern borders. Key issues cited: terrorist attacks, e.g. in 2023, the militant group ISIS Central Africa attacked in Uganda's tourist area, Queen Elizabeth National Park, and killed foreign visitors. Crime, armed robbery, home invasion, sexual assault, especially in urban settings and low-resource regions where police response may be limited. Law targeting LGBTQ+ persons. The U.S. Embassy cautioned that the 2023 anti-homosexuality legislation raises the risk for LGBTQ+ persons or those perceived to be, including possibility of prosecution, political unrest, elections. Uganda is scheduled to hold general elections Jan-Feb 2026. The advisory highlights the potential for demonstrations or disruptions. Border instability, especially the western border with the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where armed groups are active and violence has spilled over. What this means for travelers. Travelers should carefully assess whether their trip is essential, especially to high-risk zones. If traveling, maintain heightened situational awareness. Avoid large gatherings, events. Keep a low profile, especially in areas cited, border regions, nighttime travel, remote areas. For certain groups, e.g. LGBTQ+ travelers, additional legal social risks exist because of local laws. Health risks. In recent months, Uganda has faced an outbreak of the Sudan Ebola virus, a strain of Ebola. Health alerts have been issued by the U.S. Practical safety advice. Avoid unscheduled travel after dark. Check vehicle road safety, especially between cities and airports. Keep valuables secure. Register with U.S. Embassy's STEP program. Why the U.S. is issuing this warning now? Security environment. Terrorist armed group activity in West Uganda. Border spillover from DRC. Crime levels. Recent uptick in violent crime in some regions, and concern about police capacity. Social legal changes. Uganda's new laws affecting LGBTQ+ persons are flagged as a travel factor. Political event cycle. With upcoming national elections, violence potential increases. Tanzania. Tanzania's advisory was updated on October 31, 2025, to Level 3, Reconsider Travel. The updated advisory adds unrest as a risk indicator along with crime, terrorism, and risks for gay, lesbian individuals. Specific concerns. Demonstrations may occur in response to political economic issues. In the Mtwara region, southern Tanzania near Mozambique, terrorism risk flagged. Violent crime, robbery, sexual assault, mugging cited. For travelers, safari zones remain popular, but awareness of security conditions and situational changes is important. Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC. The DRC has an advisory of Level 4, do not travel for many provinces, and Level 3, reconsider travel for the rest. The advisory states, do not travel to North and South Kivu, Ituri, Tanganyika, Haut-Lomami, Kasai provinces, due to armed conflict, kidnapping, crime. Border areas between Uganda and DRC are explicitly referenced in the Uganda advisory as zones of increased risk. Implications for Ugandan and East Africa tourism. These advisories can affect tourist decisions, insurance coverage, tour operator policies, visa entry risk perceptions. For Uganda and East Africa, given the heavy dependence on tourism, safaris, wildlife, gorilla trekking, cultural visits, the heightened caution may lead travelers to rethink itineraries, increase scrutiny of security, prefer guided group travel. Governments in the region, including Uganda, have responded, sometimes refuting or minimizing the warnings. For example, Uganda's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said the U.S. advisory does not reflect the full facts on the ground. Tour operators may need to emphasize their security planning, safe transportation, and flexible cancellation policies. Practical guidance to travelers. If someone does travel to Uganda or the region, consider the following guidance. 1. Register with the U.S. Embassy via STEP if you are a U.S. citizen. Check what your country's equivalent is. 2. Stay updated. Check the latest travel advisory pages regularly since risk levels can change. 3. Choose your itinerary carefully. Avoid high-risk border regions, especially in western Uganda near DRC. Avoid isolated travel into remote areas after dark. 4. Use reliable operators. For safari, gorilla trekking, etc., use established tour companies with good safety records. 5. Avoid large gatherings. Political rallies, mass festivals may be targets for unrest or terrorism. 6. Be aware of local laws and norms, especially laws about sexual orientation, public behavior, protests. 7. Health preparation. Check vaccinations, yellow fever, Ebola alerts. Travel insurance, which may exclude certain regions. In Uganda, there was a recent Ebola, Sudan virus outbreak. 8. Transport caution. In Uganda, night driving and rural travel may be risky. Roads may be poorly lit. Police response limited. 9. Crime awareness. Use standard precautions. Avoid showing expensive items. Use hotel safes. Avoid walking alone at night. Keep bags zipped. 10. Exit plan. Have a contingency plan should conditions deteriorate. Know where your embassy is. Keep emergency funds. Have travel insurance that covers political terrorism risk if possible. The U.S. travel advisory for Uganda, Level 3, signals heightened caution. Not a ban, but a strong recommendation to reconsider travel and exercise increased vigilance. The risks are multifaceted: terrorism, violent crime, legislation affecting LGBTQ+ persons, border instability, health concerns. Neighboring East African countries face similar but distinct issues. Kenya's risk is more regional, certain zones. Tanzania's has been elevated recently, post-election unrest, crime, terrorism, and the DRC's conditions in many parts are assessed as too high risk for general travel. For the international tourist industry and travelers alike, this means the need for more thorough planning, up-to-date information, and awareness of changing conditions. If you are considering travel to Uganda or the region, you can still do so. But do so informed, with contingency plans, and understand that the safety environment is more complex than it may appear at first glance. But don't forget that these countries still remain welcoming with beautiful people and nature.